Victims of Mokwa flood in Niger State continue to count losses. The National Emergency Management Agency is devising strategies to alleviate potential impact of further floods.
To ensure that this scheme comes on board this year.
Head of the Civil Service of the Federation pledges to ensure all workers in public sector benefit from employees' compensation scheme. An NDLEA arrests 2 Saudi-bound suspects as part of syndicates sponsoring pilgrims with cocaine to Saudi Arabia. And welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We're live in Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. As victims continue to count losses from the flood in Niger State, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, is evolving strategies that will mitigate the impending 2025 flood prediction of the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, with stakeholders' engagements on disaster preparedness and response campaigns. The initiative, which is with the theme Strengthening Resilience, Enhancing Preparedness and Response, seeks to help take disaster risk management to the grassroots to save lives and property. Fatima Usman reports.
The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, and the Nigerian Hydrological Service Agency have forecasted that 43 local government areas spread across 12 states of the Federation will experience flood in 2025, Niger State inclusive. Mitigating the effects of the predicted flood is why the National Emergency Management Agency is holding this stakeholders' engagement on the 2025 National Preparedness and Response Campaign on flood disaster and related hazards, aimed at planning for effective early actions to save lives and livelihoods.
For those people that are in the floodplains, should please begin with the authorities to identify high grounds where they can move in an event of the flood, so that we can avoid issue of unnecessarily dying as a result of the flood.
We are very, very prepared with logistically funds to prepare through aggressive sensitization, stockpiling of relief materials, and also cascading, downscaling this information down to the people.
Everybody to study the weather when wind is coming, not to go on the river.
Stakeholders at the engagement discussed extensively on how best to mitigate the impact of flood, while also pledging their commitment to partnering with relevant authorities to effectively reduce impact of impending flood disasters. I'm Fatima Usman, NTA News.
The head of the Civil Service of the Federation, DD, Esther Wilson-Jack, says her office will support activities of the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF, to ensure that all workers in the public sector benefit from the Employees' Compensation Scheme. She made this commitment when the managing director of the trust fund, Oluwaseun Faleye, led his management team to her office to kickstart a nationwide sensitization campaign on the program.
We'll work with you to ensure that this scheme comes on board this year, 2025, and that it comes to stay. It was only a couple of weeks ago that the Federal Executive Council approved the Group Life Assurance Scheme. Now, of course, the administration started with the new minimum wage and the consequential adjustments to salaries arising from the new minimum wage. And then it added the wage award, that it is because we take welfare of civil servants very seriously that last year we launched the free eye screening program. As at last year, we developed the rewards and recognition policy coming up in June as part of the Civil Service Week.
Managing Director of the Trust Fund lauded the welfare-centered initiatives of the Head of Service, including the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan 2025. He says the NSITF has remained focused on surmounting barriers on implementation of the Employees Compensation Scheme in the Federal Civil Service, in particular with the desired outcome being to enhance the social protection available to federal civil servants.
And challenges arises. The other one is to, of course, understand what the claim processes are, to be very clear on that, so that we can eliminate delays in the process, in claim process timeline particularly. One of our core mandates is also ensuring that workplaces are safe.
Faleye maintains that the fund feels the need to undertake a comprehensive stakeholders engagement to educate workers on the benefits of the scheme and the process of making claims under the scheme when anyone suffers work-related health challenges, incapacitation or death. The federal government, with the support of Australia, is equipping farmers in 3 states to adopt smart agriculture for improved production, in line with the food security program of the federal government. Victoria Ojito reports that the intervention seeks to achieve this through mitigating impact of climate change on food production.
Nasarawa, Benue and Zamfara are 3 states selected to benefit from the program supported by the Australian Aid and the Leprosy Mission Association. It is a 5-year intervention that covers training of farmers on smart agriculture, resilience and adaptation to climate change, as well as empowerment to boost agricultural production. In Nasarawa State, farmers from the selected 5 local government areas have been trained and enlightened on effect of climate change on crops and how to reduce its impact as participants receive farm implements.
It's one of the outcomes that we are here to do. We're here to talk about climate change, as it is also part of the mark of our mission, and also to align to the Sustainable Development Goals.
The environment section, most of the farmers, they cut down trees anyhow, and such tree creates serious problems to their crops. It causes flooding, causes drought. These are part of the effects of climate change.
The program also includes intervention in health to eliminate leprosy and other diseases in the 3 states. In Lafia, Victoria Kaswa Ojito, NT News.
Now, as the world sets aside every 1st of June to appreciate and celebrate the nutritional values of dairy products on the growth and development of man as well as the environment, stakeholders are driving a new narrative to take the gains in the sector to the next level. And the Ministry of Livestock is frontally engaging critical partners in expanding the industry and promoting a more universal approach to prosperity of chains of production. Yusuf Jika reports.
The 2025 World Milk Day has as its theme "Let's Celebrate the Power of Dairy," highlights crucial role milk plays in agro-food systems and the health of the humanity. The celebration, which began with the work show, started from Eagle Square and ends at the Radio House in the city center, has in attendance Minister of Livestock Development and the Permanent Secretary, amplified dairy sector's impact on sustainable food systems, economic development and global health. Nigeria is currently producing 600 million metric tons of dairy annually, amounting to 35% of dairy consumption, a development that the minister says is grossly inadequate to meet citizens' demand, and that the Renewed Hope agenda is focusing to reverse the trend.
The remaining 65%, worth over $1.5 billion, is imported mainly in powder form. This dependence weakens our economy, drains foreign exchange reserves, and limits local industry growth. This is not acceptable.
Build a lot of milk collection centers to support our dairy aggregators, to support our livestock farmers. For instance, we have a lot of milk collection centers across the 20 states that is directly linked to our livestock farmers.
The standard for every child or every human being is for you to have at least 280 liters of milk per year.
World Milk Day is a global event to honor dairy, not just as a force that nourishes bodies, but sustains communities and drives economies. In Abuja, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
The President's Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOWA, Mernan Femi Oluede, wants graduates of Batch 1 ICT trainees of the NAWA Youth Empowerment Project to utilize their acquired knowledge and ICT skills in developing security equipment and promoting sustainable livelihoods within and outside barracks communities. She was speaking at the graduation of the 199 graduates held at the NAWA's Event Center, Abuja. Chinenye Nwoye reports.
So what we've learned in the space of 6 weeks, we'll hold it and look forward to the future with pride.
By the grace of God, we might start supporting the families, start going into digital working.
Adamu Israel and Josephine John are among the 199 graduates and Batch 1 ICT trainees who are taking through 6 weeks training on various fields of ICT at the NAOWA Institute of Management and Technology at Sokoro, Abuja.
We're quite hopeful that they'll be able to develop drones for our own country.
The president of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association and other facilitators at NAOWA's Training Institute also believe that the true empowerment is not just a handout, but a hand-up.
This ceremony is not merely the conclusion of training, it marks the beginning of new possibilities.
The Chief of Army Staff is here represented.
Let me begin by commending the President of Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association and her dedicated team for sustaining and expanding this impactful program.
As these graduating students are presented with these certificates, they are also advised to carry not only the certificates, but also a mindset of resilience. The best 3 students in each of the ICT courses went home with a laptop each. Presidents of various NAOWA's sisters agencies, as well as the former president of NAOWA, Hadiza Dambazo, who built the Training Institute in 2010, are all here. In Abuja, Chinenye Nwoye, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Coming up, Rangers apprehend 16 suspects carrying out illegal gold mining activities in Cross River State. This and more when we return. Welcome back. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA have uncovered and dismantled a syndicate that sponsors Hajj pilgrims, who also serve as couriers to smuggle cocaine to Saudi Arabia during pilgrimage. This development followed the arrests of the cartel's leaders in Kano. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim tells us more.
Based on credible intelligence, the NDLEA arrested 2 pilgrims at Malam Aminu Kano International Airport on May 26th after a body scan revealed they had ingested illicit substances. Each person excreted 4 to 5 wraps of cocaine, totaling 90 pellets. Further investigation uncovered their sponsors as leaders of a notorious drug trafficking network specializing in smuggling drugs to Saudi Arabia. A swift operation led to the arrest of the trio on May 27th and 28th, 2025 in Kano. In a related operation, NDLEA operatives at the Kano airport intercepted a 60-year-old businessman bound for Iran after a body scan revealed he had ingested 65 wraps of cocaine. In another operation, NDLEA operatives on patrol along Kano-Maiduguri Road on May 30th intercepted 2 persons with $900,000 in cash suspected to be counterfeit. The suspect and exhibit will be transferred to the relevant agency for further investigation. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
Meanwhile, a patrol team of rangers at the Cross River National Park has apprehended 16 suspects carrying out illegal gold mining in the Okwa-Guo sector of the park in Boki local government area. The park authority advises Nigerians to shun illegal mining activities due to its negative consequences, as the suspects will be duly prosecuted. Paul Abel reports.
Cross River National Park is a protected area established under the National Service Act 46 of 2010, covering 4 local government areas of the state. Therefore, some activities including logging, poaching, hunting, farming, mining, among others, have been prohibited. It is based on this premise that these 16 suspects, who are all from outside the state, were arrested on 27 May 2025, carrying out illegal mining for gold along Mayokwa River in Okwa-Bomaji axis of the park.
They claim to have been engaged and hired by one Nura, who is presently at large. Items recovered include spades, shovels, diggers, sievers, and other items. Illegal mining has significant negative consequences, not only on the environment, but also on the community and the economy at large.
Some of the suspects confess to the crime, feigning ignorance, but appeal for clemency.
We do mining work from Gumaji. Then tell us, say, we could just come. Our Oga dead there.
Our own prayer now, we're just begging it. Let them have patience on us.
The Cross River National Park maintains that it will continue to collaborate with the Anti-Illegal Mining Committee of the state government and other stakeholders to sustain its public sensitization on the negative impact of illegal mining activities. Meanwhile, the 16 suspects have been profiled and will be prosecuted in the court of law. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
In other news, the Kogi State government is stepping up collaboration with the State Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps to enhance safety on the roads in the state. This was made known at the end of a closed-door meeting between the State Commissioner for Information, Kingsley Femi Famwo, and the Kogi Sector Commander of the FRSC. Solomon Ayedin reports.
The closed-door meeting at the instance of the Kogi State Commissioner for Information and Communication is to partner the Federal Road Safety Corps, Kogi State Command, towards enhancing safe motoring and to reduce carnage on Kogi roads. Briefing the media after the meeting held at the command's headquarters in Lokoja, the Information Commissioner, Kingsley Femi Famwo, who led representatives of the state-owned media houses, reveals that the current move is in response to the frequency of road mishaps and deaths recorded on Kogi roads. The state government, he says, is developing a robust synergy with the Federal Road Safety Corps, leveraging the state media outfits to continue to engage stakeholders to further enhance safety on the roads. Aside the free airtime on platforms to sensitize and educate motoring populace, especially commercial vehicles, and articulated truck drivers on safety regulations, an app is underway to further create safety awareness for road users.
We also want the media to help us to join in the campaigns
so that we'll be able to effect the plans that we have to keep our roads safe and keep our people safe.
But I'm going to work with all of you. I'm going to work with the commissioner to see how we reduce the trend, to see how we cascade the message to all motorists in Kogi State.
There is state commitment to ongoing process to enhance comprehensive road safety measures across the state. The collaboration is expected to mark a step towards fostering a culture of responsibility and awareness aimed at reducing road accidents and saving lives on roads in Kogi State. In Lokoja, Solomon Ayedehi, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Here's a reminder of our top stories. As victims of Mokwa flood in Niger State continue to count losses, NEMA is devising strategies to alleviate potential impact of further floods.
To ensure that this scheme comes on board this year.
Head of the Civil Service of the Federation pledges to ensure all workers in public sector benefit from employees' compensation scheme. And NDLEA arrests 2 Saudi-bound suspects as part of syndicates sponsoring pilgrims with cocaine to Saudi Arabia. Now, clergymen and food scientists have called for stronger collaboration between the federal government, scientific institutions and communities to ensure food security for Nigerians. This was during the investiture of the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto, Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka, as a trustee of the Nigerian Institute of Food Science and Technology. Justin Bem-Unyi reports.
In a world where food insecurity remains a growing concern, voices from faith, science and governance are coming together, united by a common purpose, ensuring that no Nigerian goes hungry. Speaking at his investiture, Bishop Matthew Kuka emphasized the importance of prioritizing food security as a shared national goal.
Feeding the hungry is an obligation.
The bishop's remarks highlighted the urgency of addressing hunger, not through blame, but through partnership, urging all stakeholders to harness Nigeria's vast human and natural resources for sustainable food systems.
So I really want to say that I feel quite honored by the opportunity that you have given to me, but I also want to let you know that I am prepared to lend you my voice. This country is not short of regulatory institutions, as we have indicated. It is therefore the duty and responsibility of these and other bodies to explain to government how things ought to be.
Committed to improving food safety and food security.
President of Nigerian Institute of Food Science and Technology echoed this call for unity, noting that food science plays a critical role in developing innovative solutions to boost food production, preservation, and distribution.
It brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for the advancement of food science in our country. Its dedication to our mission is evident.
Let us all be reminded of our collective responsibility to ensure that no one goes to bed hungry. The key priorities include investing in local farmers, support innovative agricultural practices, and protect the natural resources that sustain us.
Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, in a message, underscored the significance of Kuka's appointment as a bridge between science, faith, and national development.
It is therefore both fitting
and visionary that the INSU has chosen to honor Bishop Bukar Hassan today. In a world beset by food security, inequality, and social tensions, the voice of conscience is needed now more than ever.
From the pulpit to the policy table, stakeholders are urging unity in purpose. The call is for bold collaboration as experts observed feeding the nation is everyone's responsibility. Justin Bemunyi, NTA News.
President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has commiserated with the Governor of Kano State, Abba Kabiru Yusuf, and families of the 22 members of the state contingent to the just concluded National Sports Festival in Ogun State who died in an accident. Akpabio, who represented President Bola Tinubu at the closing ceremony of the Games in Abeokuta, expressed profound sadness over the tragic incident, saying the devastating loss is a painful reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of prioritizing the safety and well-being of citizens, particularly the youth. While praying that God comforts the families of the deceased during this difficult time, Akpabio also prayed for the peaceful repose of the souls of the departed, with the hope that their memories inspire the living to work towards creating a safer and more supportive environment for all. And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Dennis Adegunloye.